Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered today in a world where the pace of life often overwhelms us, and yet, amidst this chaos, there lies a quiet power that is available to us all. It is a power that comes from within, a fire that, once ignited, can light the path toward an extraordinary future. This is the fire of presence, purpose, and peace. We begin by recognizing that the present moment is the only true reality. It is here and now that all of life's possibilities unfold. The past is gone, the future is yet to arrive. But within this moment lies the energy that shapes our destiny. To fuel your fire, you must first become aware of this moment. Awareness creates the space for possibility. It allows us to see what others may miss. When we are fully present, we tap into an infinite well of potential, ready to be drawn from at any moment. We find the clarity of purpose. Purpose is not something you chase. It is something that emerges when you align with your deepest self. When you know why you are here, when you understand the unique contribution you have to offer, your inner fire burns brightly. It becomes a guiding light, pushing you forward even when the road ahead is unclear. There are challenges. The ego, with its doubts, fears, and insecurities, seeks to pull us away from this clarity. It will tell us we are not enough, that we don't have what it takes. But the fire you are seeking is not fed by the ego. It is fed by something far more powerful. It is fueled by your essence, your true self, which is unlimited, untouchable by doubt, and beyond the constraints of past failures. When you let go of the need to please the ego, you access a level of strength and wisdom that propels you forward. The present moment is the only reality we truly have, and it is within this moment that all potential exists. Often we find ourselves preoccupied with the past or future, regretful of mistakes made, anxious about what is yet to come. This constant distraction can obscure the clarity and energy we need to move forward. However, when we learn to embrace the present moment fully, we unlock a world of possibilities that were previously hidden from us. The present is not just a fleeting moment, but a powerful, transformative space where everything is possible. It is the only time when we can act, create, and respond. By truly connecting with the present, we stop living in reaction to past patterns or worries about the future. Instead, we experience life directly, with a sense of openness and opportunity. This is where real change happens. When we are fully present, we are able to engage with life in a way that is not clouded by external noise or inner distraction. When we focus on the present, we begin to see things that we might have missed otherwise. Opportunities emerge that were once invisible because we were too preoccupied with the weight of what came before or the pressure of what lies ahead. The act of being present allows us to tune into the world around us in a deeper, more meaningful way. Our senses become heightened, and our awareness expands. It is in this state of heightened awareness that we can recognize new possibilities, make better decisions, and take decisive action. Living in the present moment doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future. It means not letting them control us. We honor the lessons of the past without being trapped by them, and we respect the future without letting it become a source of fear or worry. The key is to recognize that the present is the bridge between where we have been and where we are going. It is the place where action takes root, where we decide who we are and how we will show up in the world. When we truly focus on the now, we bring more of ourselves into our actions. We stop rushing through life, caught in the pursuit of distant goals or lost in our inner dialogue. Instead, we engage with each moment, bringing all of our energy and attention to what is happening right in front of us. This shift in focus helps us conserve and direct our energy more effectively, making it easier to align with our true desires and intentions. The more we practice presence, the more we tap into a deeper sense of purpose, a quiet confidence that emerges when we are no longer distracted by the noise of the past or future. This awareness allows us to see our lives from a fresh perspective. In the present moment, we are not bound by preconceived notions, expectations, or judgments. We become open to the unexpected and the unknown. We are no longer living in the shadow of what was or the fear of what might be, but are able to act from a place of clarity and inner peace. This is where transformation happens, not in the past or future, but in the now. When we fuel our fire with presence, we become more aligned with our true selves, more attuned to our desires, and more empowered to create the future we want to experience. By embracing the present moment fully, we begin to create the conditions necessary for a lasting change, moving us closer to the future we dream of. True transformation begins from within, and one of the most profound catalysts for this transformation is inner peace. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, finding peace within ourselves is not only a form of self-care, but it is the foundation from which we can build a meaningful, impactful life. Inner peace enables us to approach challenges with a calm mind and a clear heart, making it easier to navigate obstacles and make decisions that align with our deepest values. It is the grounding force that allows us to act with purpose, not out of reaction, but from a place of clarity and understanding. When we cultivate inner peace, we tap into a deep well of strength that resides within us. This peace isn't dependent on external circumstances. It is independent of the noise and turbulence of the outside world. It is a peace that comes from accepting the present moment as it is and trusting that we are enough in this moment, regardless of what may or may not be happening around us. In this state of inner peace, we are not at the mercy of our emotions, fears, or uncertainties. Instead, we are able to see things as they truly are, without distortion, and respond with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. You collaborate more effectively and you visualize more rather than visualize less. Inner peace also allows us to silence the inner critic that so often holds us back. When we are at peace with ourselves, we no longer feel the need to prove our worth, compete with others, or constantly seek validation. This freedom from the tyranny of the ego enables us to step into our own power and act from a place of authenticity. We no longer feel compelled to live up to external expectations. Instead, we make choices that resonate with our true essence. The result is that our actions become more aligned with our purpose and more impactful in the world. The presence of inner peace creates a ripple effect, affecting not just our own lives, but the lives of those around us. When we are at peace within, we radiate that energy into the world. Our interactions become more thoughtful and compassionate, and we become a source of calm and stability for others. People are drawn to this sense of peace, and it often encourages them to find their own. In this way, inner peace is not only an individual experience, but a collective one. It can spread, creating a more harmonious environment and inspiring others to find their own peace. Inner peace is the key to resilience. Life is full of challenges, and it is easy to become overwhelmed when we face adversity. However, when we are grounded in peace, we are able to approach challenges with a clear mind and an open heart. We no longer react with fear or anxiety. Instead, we meet difficulties with the calm confidence that we can handle whatever comes our way. This resilience is what fuels our fire. It is the strength to continue moving forward even when the path seems unclear or difficult. We create the space for our true potential to emerge. Without the distractions of inner turmoil or external noise, we can connect with our highest self, aligning our actions with our deepest desires and values. This clarity of purpose allows us to navigate life with intention and direction, propelling us toward the future we are meant to create. In this state of peace, we are no longer merely surviving. We are thriving, fully engaged with the present moment and confident in our ability to shape the future. Clarity of purpose is one of the most powerful forces we can harness in our lives. It is the internal compass that guides us, providing direction and meaning to our actions. Without purpose, we can feel adrift, uncertain, and disconnected from what truly matters to us. But when we gain clarity about our purpose, we unlock a source of energy and motivation that can propel us forward, even in the face of challenges. Finding this clarity is not always easy. In the midst of life's complexities, we can often lose sight of what we truly want or need. Our sense of purpose can become clouded by societal expectations, external pressures, or the noise of everyday distractions. However, the process of clarifying our purpose begins with an inward journey, a deep, honest exploration of who we are, what we value, and what drives us. It requires us to pause and reflect on our passions, talents, and desires, as well as the kind of impact we wish to have in the world. By reconnecting with our inner truth, we gain the clarity needed to move forward with confidence. Purpose provides us with a sense of direction. It helps us answer fundamental questions like, why am I here? And what do I want to contribute? With this clarity, we no longer wander aimlessly or feel lost in the noise of life's distractions. Instead, we have a clear vision that directs our actions, helping us make choices that are aligned with our core values. Each step we take becomes more intentional, and every decision we make feels grounded in our authentic desires. We are more likely to experience a deep sense of fulfillment. The act of pursuing something meaningful, something that resonates with who we are at our core, fulfills us with energy and passion. This drive becomes the fuel that propels us forward, motivating us even during the tough times. We are no longer working simply for the sake of working, but because we believe in the significance of what we are doing. Our actions are no longer driven by obligation, but by a deep intrinsic desire to create something that matters. Clarity of purpose also gives us resilience. Life is not always smooth sailing, and there will inevitably be setbacks and obstacles along the way. However, when we are clear about our purpose, we are better equipped to handle these challenges. Purpose acts as a stabilizing force, keeping us grounded and focused when difficulties arise. It reminds us why we started in the first place and helps us navigate the inevitable struggles with perseverance and determination. When we encounter obstacles, our clarity of purpose enables us to see them not as insurmountable barriers, but as temporary hurdles that can be overcome on the path to something greater. Purpose helps us prioritize. In a world full of distractions and demands on our time, it can be easy to lose focus or become overwhelmed. But when we are clear on our purpose, we can discern what truly matters and what does not. We begin to prioritize our time, energy, and resources toward the things that align with our mission, letting go of things that drain or distract us. This focus enables us to work more efficiently and effectively, ultimately bringing us closer to our desired outcomes. Clarity of purpose is the key to creating a meaningful life. It fuels our actions, enhances our resilience, and provides us with the motivation we need to push through adversity. It helps us stay grounded, aligned with our deepest values, and confident in our ability to create the future we envision. With purpose as our guide, every step we take brings us closer to the person we are meant to be and the life we are meant to live. The ego, with its constant drive to protect and preserve itself, often limits our potential and keeps us from living authentically. It thrives on fear, insecurity, and comparison, leading us to make decisions that are based on external validation rather than our true inner desires. Overcoming the ego's limitations is one of the most transformative steps we can take on our journey to self-actualization. By doing so, we free ourselves from the constraints that prevent us from realizing our highest potential and living the life we are truly capable of. The ego is often rooted in our past experiences, particularly the experiences that shaped our sense of identity and self-worth. It is the part of us that clings to memories, judgments, and societal labels. It tells us who we should be, how we should act, and what we should want, often based on what we have been taught or what others expect of us. This part of ourselves seeks to protect us from perceived threats by constructing a set of defenses. But in doing so, it also keeps us stuck in patterns that no longer serve us. We may find ourselves repeating old behaviors, living out past wounds, or acting out of fear rather than love and trust. The limitations of the ego are most evident when we feel fear or resistance to new opportunities. The ego tells us that we are not enough, that we are not capable, or that we don't deserve success. It compares us to others, making us feel inadequate, or it tries to keep us in our comfort zone by convincing us that any change is dangerous. These beliefs and fears come from the ego's desire to preserve its sense of control and self-permission. The ego convinces us that safety lies in staying small, in avoiding risks, and in conforming to what is familiar. However, these beliefs are often based on illusion rather than truth. We step into a more expansive, authentic version of ourselves. We recognize that we are not our fears, nor are we the judgments or labels imposed by society. Our true essence is limitless, untouchable by the external world's expectations. When we let go of the ego's control, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences that the ego had previously blocked. We stop viewing life through the lens of what we should do and begin to explore what we truly want to do. This shift allows us to embrace our unique talents, passions, and potential without being restricted by the fears and doubts that the ego plants in our minds. Letting go of the ego's hold doesn't mean that we abandon our sense of self. It means we transcend the narrow, limiting version of self that the ego constructs. In fact, it is by transcending the ego that we access a deeper, more authentic sense of self. This true self is not defined by past experiences or societal labels. It is an expression of our highest potential, unclouded by insecurity, doubt, or fear of judgment. We experience greater peace and freedom. We stop reacting to life from a place of fear or defensiveness, and instead we begin to respond with clarity and confidence. Our actions become more intentional and aligned with our deeper values, rather than being driven by the desire to protect our fragile sense of self. As a result, we become more resilient in the face of challenges, more open to change, and more compassionate toward ourselves and others. Overcoming the ego's limitations is essential to creating a life of purpose and fulfillment. It allows us to step into our fullest potential, free from the constraints of fear, insecurity, and societal expectations. As we let go of the ego's grip, we align more deeply with our true self, gaining access to an inner strength and wisdom that guides us toward the future we are meant to create. In doing so, we not only free ourselves, but also inspire those around us to do the same, creating a ripple effect of transformation in the world. The power of presence is often underestimated, yet it is one of the most transformative and potent tools we possess. Presence, in its simplest form, means being fully engaged in the here and now, mentally, emotionally, and physically. It is the ability to experience life as it unfolds, without being lost in thoughts of the past or anxieties about the future. When we cultivate presence, we connect more deeply with ourselves, others, and the world around us. This alignment opens the door to limitless potential, allowing us to navigate life with clarity, purpose, and energy. Being present means letting go of distractions and learning to focus our attention on what is before us. In a world filled with constant noise and a never-ending stream of information, it can be difficult to truly be present. Our minds are often preoccupied with thoughts of what has already happened or what might happen next. However, when we cultivate presence, we consciously choose to center ourselves in the present moment. This shift in focus brings a profound sense of peace as we release the burdens of past regrets and future worries. It allows us to fully experience life rather than simply going through the motion. One of the key benefits of presence is that it helps us to be more in tune with our emotions and thoughts. When we are present, we become more aware of what we are feeling in the moment. We no longer suppress or ignore our emotions, but instead acknowledge them with acceptance and understanding. This awareness helps us to respond to situations with greater emotional intelligence. We no longer act impulsively or reactively, but rather make conscious decisions based on what is truly important to us. This ability to respond thoughtfully, rather than react out of habit or fear, is a powerful tool for personal growth. Presence enhances our relationships with others. In our busy lives, it is easy to become distracted during conversations, constantly thinking about what we want to say next or where we need to be. But when we are present with others, we give them our full attention. We listen without judgment or interruption, allowing the other person to feel seen, heard, and valued. This deep level of listening fosters connection and trust, creating relationships that are authentic and meaningful. By truly being present with others, we not only deepen our connections, but also inspire those around us to be more present in their own lives. The power of presence also manifests in our actions. When we are fully present, our energy flows freely. We are not bogged down by distractions or divided attention, which allows us to approach our tasks with focus and intention. Whether we are working, creating, or simply interacting with others, being present enables us to pour our full energy into what we are doing. This results in more effective, fulfilling work and a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. The clarity that comes from being present also allows us to see opportunities and solutions that we might have missed if we were not fully engaged. Being present helps us to tap into a deeper sense of purpose. When we are mindful of the present moment, we connect with our inner self in a way that clarifies what truly matters to us. We gain a better understanding of our values, our passions, and what we want to contribute to the world. This deeper connection to our true self guides us toward actions that are more aligned with our deepest desires rather than being influenced by external pressures or fleeting distractions. This wonderful thing about our natural desires is it encourages morality and natural distractions. Presence is also the key to resilience. Life inevitably brings challenges, and in times of adversity, it is easy to become overwhelmed or lose our sense of direction. However, when we remain present, we are able to face difficulties with a calm mind and steady focus. We are better able to assess the situation, make thoughtful decisions, and take the necessary steps to move forward. Presence keeps us grounded, helping us to stay centered and navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease. The power of presence is a transformative force. It opens the door to a deeper connection with ourselves, others, and the world around us. It enhances our emotional intelligence, strengthens our relationships, and fuels our actions with clarity and intention. By cultivating presence, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to creating a more mindful and compassionate world. The connection with our inner self is a fundamental element in our journey toward growth and fulfillment. It is through this deeper connection that we access our true wisdom, strength, and clarity. Many of us spend our lives seeking external sources of validation or guidance, yet the most powerful resource we possess lies within. By learning to tune into this inner wisdom, we can navigate life with confidence and authenticity, aligning our actions with our highest potential. Our inner self is the part of us that is untarnished by the opinions, judgments, and expectations of the outside world. It is the core of who we are, the essence that is always present, regardless of external circumstances or past experiences. Unfortunately, we often lose touch with this inner self as we become consumed by the demands of daily life, the voices of others, and the distractions that pull us away from our true nature. However, when we consciously choose to reconnect with this inner essence, we awaken a profound sense of clarity and purpose. The first step in reconnecting with our inner self is cultivating awareness. This involves tuning into our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. By becoming present with ourselves, we create space for deeper self-reflection and understanding. In this space, we begin to recognize the patterns that shape our behavior and thoughts. We start to differentiate between the voices of the ego, which are often driven by fear and insecurity, and the quiet, calm voice of our true self, which speaks from a place of love and wisdom. We also become more attuned to our deepest desires and values. Often we are influenced by external expectations, whether from family, society, or culture, that shape our beliefs and actions. These influences can cloud our true desires, leading us to live a life that may not align with our authentic self. By connecting with our inner wisdom, we uncover the passions and goals that resonate with our true essence. This clarity allows us to make decisions that are aligned with who we truly are, rather than who we feel we are supposed to be. When we live in alignment with our authentic self, we experience a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Our inner self is a powerful source of guidance. In moments of uncertainty or doubt, we often look outward for answers, seeking advice or approval from others. However, when we tap into our inner wisdom, we realize that we already possess all the answers we need. Our inner self is always guiding us, pointing us toward the path that is best for us. This guidance is not always loud or obvious, but it is a quiet, persistent presence that nudges us in the right direction. Trusting this inner wisdom allows us to move forward with confidence, knowing that we are on the right path. One of the most important aspects of connecting with our inner self is cultivating self-compassion. In a world that often demands perfection and success, we can be quick to criticize ourselves for our mistakes, shortcomings, or perceived failures. However, when we connect with our true self, we come to understand that we are not defined by our past actions or imperfections. Our inner self is whole and complete, deserving of love and acceptance just as we are. By practicing self-compassion, we free ourselves from the harsh judgments of the ego, creating space for growth and healing. When we are aligned with our authentic essence, we are not easily swayed by external circumstances. Challenges no longer seem insurmountable, and setbacks are seen as opportunities for growth rather than threats to our identity. Our inner self provides us with the strength to face adversity with grace and confidence, knowing that we are always supported by our own wisdom and inner knowing. The connection with our inner self is the foundation of a life lived with purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment. By learning to tune into this deeper part of ourselves, we access a source of wisdom, strength, and clarity that guides us through every step of our journey. This connection allows us to live with intention, make choices that align with our true values, and create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Ultimately, it is through this connection that we step into our highest potential and become the person we were always meant to be. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities we can cultivate in our lives, as it enables us to bounce back from adversity and continue moving forward despite the challenges we face. Life is unpredictable, and we will inevitably encounter setbacks, hardships, and moments of doubt. Resilience allows us to navigate these obstacles with strength and perseverance, ultimately turning challenges into opportunities for growth. By developing resilience, we empower ourselves to weather the storms of life and continue pursuing our dreams with determination and courage. Resilience is about adaptability and the ability to recover from difficulties. It doesn't mean that we don't experience pain, frustration, or disappointment. It means that despite these emotions, we can maintain our focus and keep moving forward. Resilience allows us to maintain a sense of inner stability, even in the face of external turbulence. It helps us view setbacks as temporary and solvable, rather than permanent roadblocks. This mindset shift is critical, as it enables us to approach difficulties with a sense of hope and possibility rather than despair. One key to building resilience is cultivating a growth mindset. The belief that challenges and failures are opportunities to learn and improve. When we adopt this mindset, we stop seeing failure as a reflection of our worth or abilities and instead see it as a natural part of the learning process. Resilience is born from this perspective because we understand that every setback is not an end, but a chance to grow stronger. We learn from our mistakes, refine our approach, and apply those lessons moving forward. Another aspect of resilience is emotional regulation. It is easy to become overwhelmed by intense emotions when we are faced with difficulties. However, resilience allows us to acknowledge our emotions without being controlled by them. When we are resilient, we can feel frustration, sadness, or fear without allowing these emotions to paralyze us or dictate our actions. Instead, we learn to sit with those feelings, process them, and let them pass, understanding that they are not permanent and do not define us. This emotional awareness helps us stay grounded and focused, even in the most challenging situations. Resilience also requires a strong sense of purpose and connection to our values. When we are clear about what is truly important to us, we have a reason to persevere, even when things get tough. Our purpose acts as an anchor, providing us with the motivation to keep going, even when the path ahead seems unclear or difficult. Knowing why we are doing something, whether it's pursuing a career goal, working toward personal growth, or building relationships, helps us push through adversity and stay committed to our vision. Building resilience also involves surrounding ourselves with supportive relationships. No one can navigate life's challenges alone, and having a strong network of friends, family, or mentors is crucial for maintaining resilience. These relationships provide us with encouragement, perspective, and advice when we face difficulties. They remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that support is available when we need it most. A strong support system helps us stay resilient by offering comfort and reassurance during times of difficulty. Resilience is rooted in self-compassion. When we face setbacks, we often fall into the trap of self-blame, criticizing ourselves for not being strong enough or capable enough to overcome the challenge. However, resilience flourishes when we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. We acknowledge that it's normal to face difficulties and that we are not defined by our failures. By practicing self-compassion, we give ourselves the grace to recover, regroup, and move forward without beating ourselves up. This kindness toward ourselves strengthens our ability to bounce back and continue our journey with renewed strength. Resilience is the ability to endure, adapt, and continue progressing despite the obstacles in our path. It is the quality that allows us to face life's challenges with courage and determination, knowing that every setback is an opportunity to become stronger. Resilience is not something that we are born with. It is something that we can develop over time through practice, self-awarenesses, and a mindset of growth. When we embrace resilience, we unlock our true potential and empower ourselves to create the future we envision, regardless of the challenges that may arise. Empowerment is the transformative process of taking control of our own lives, decisions, and actions. It is about recognizing our own potential, believing in our ability to shape our future, and actively choosing to take responsibility for our outcomes. Empowerment goes beyond simply achieving success or making progress. It is a deep internal shift that comes from the recognition that we are the architects of our own lives. When we empower ourselves, we no longer feel like victims of circumstance. Instead, we take ownership of our choices, knowing that we have the strength and ability to create change. Thank you. The foundation of empowerment is self-belief. It is the understanding that we possess the qualities, skills, and inner resources to handle whatever challenges life may present. When we believe in ourselves, we are more likely to take risks, step outside of our comfort zones, and pursue our goals with confidence. This self-belief is crucial because it provides the courage to take action, even in the face of uncertainty or fear. Empowerment is not about waiting for the perfect moment or for external circumstances to align. It is about recognizing that we have everything we need within us to begin taking steps toward our goals, regardless of where we currently stand. Empowerment also involves overcoming limiting beliefs and self-doubt. Many of us carry beliefs that limit our potential, thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve success, or I'm not capable of achieving my dreams. These beliefs are often formed by past experiences, societal expectations, or the opinions of others. However, true empowerment comes from challenging these limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering thoughts that reflect our true worth and abilities. By doing so, we free ourselves from the constraints of the past and open ourselves up to new possibilities. Empowerment requires the courage to question the beliefs that hold us back and to replace them with the truth of who we really are. Another key element of empowerment is the ability to make decisions that align with our values and goals. When we are empowered, we take full responsibility for our choices, knowing that we are the ones who have the power to determine the course of our lives. This means that we are not swayed by the opinions of others or the pressures of external expectations. Instead, we make decisions based on what feels right for us, what aligns with our deeper desires, and what supports our long-term vision. Empowerment is about trusting our intuition and our ability to discern what is best for us without fear of judgment or regret. Empowerment also involves taking action. It is not enough to simply believe in our potential or to have a clear vision for our future. We must take concrete steps toward achieving our goals. This is where empowerment truly manifests, as it requires us to step out of our comfort zones and into the unknown. Each action we take, no matter how small, is a step toward creating the life we desire. Empowerment is about choosing to act, even when the path ahead is unclear, and trusting that the steps we take will lead us in the right direction. It is the confidence that we have the power to shape our reality through consistent, purposeful action. Empowerment is deeply connected to the sense of autonomy and freedom. When we are empowered, we do not feel constrained by external forces or the opinions of others. We are free to be ourselves, to pursue our passions, and to create the life we envision. This sense of freedom comes from the knowledge that we are not bound by our circumstances, our past, or other people's expectations. Empowerment is the ability to choose our own path, to make decisions that align with our authentic self, and to move forward in a way that feels true to who we are. The process of empowerment is ongoing. It is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. As we empower ourselves, we develop a deeper sense of self-awareness, resilience, and inner strength. We begin to trust ourselves more fully and take greater ownership of our lives. Empowerment also ripples out to those around us. When we empower ourselves, we inspire others to do the same. Our actions, choices, and attitudes serve as a model for others, encouraging them to step into their own power and create their own transformation. Empowerment is about realizing our full potential and taking the necessary steps to bring that potential into reality. It is the recognition that we have the power to shape our lives and that every decision we make can move us closer to the future we desire. Empowerment is a declaration of independence from fear, doubt, and external limitations. It is the unwavering belief that we are capable, worthy, and deserving of success, happiness, and fulfillment. When we embrace empowerment, we are not just taking control of our own lives. We are also contributing to a more empowered, conscious, and capable world. The journey to empowering ourselves and igniting our future is one of profound transformation. By fueling our inner fire with self-awareness, presence, resilience, and empowerment, we awaken the limitless potential that resides within us. Every step we take toward overcoming fear, transcending ego, and connecting with our authentic self is a step toward living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Through this process, we not only create a life aligned with our deepest desires, but also inspire others to do the same. The power to shape our future lies within our hands. By embracing our inner strength and taking intentional action, we unlock the path to a brighter, more empowered tomorrow.